Hey nerds, and welcome to Supergirl Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd. So this week we had what is essentially the final episode before Supergirl takes its break for Legends of Tomorrow to take over. And it was fine. I mean, a lot of it seemed like a strange ending for like this mid-season hiatus or second mid-season hiatus. I don't know what you want to call it, but let's get into it. First, Alex seemed really out of character this week. You know, I understand they're really want us to know how upset she is with the Maggie thing, but she was just really out of character. It's like every time you think they've dealt with it, they give her another episode where she's angry, and it feels like it's coming out of nowhere, and just from last week's episode, just a major change in my mind. So that was a bit off-putting through the entire episode. It would have been better. I mean, they could have still done the kind of good cop, bad cop thing with Purity in the cell, but it felt really out of place. Like if they had that moment happen much sooner after the whole Maggie breakup, it would have felt more natural than I think what we got here. But so that was that. Next, the ship that is slowly dying because its battery isn't working. Why wasn't Brainiac working on it? He's, you know, a 12th level intellect, and he's nowhere to be found. Instead, Mon-El, who lost the guidebook or the handbook for the ship. I like that the ship has a user's guide, but he's there trying to fix it, can't get it working, and Brainiac's nowhere to be found. That seems like something Brainiac would have been able to figure out very easily, but yeah, another thing that was just kind of weird in this episode. Imra obviously comes in and fixes it, and that was great, and I kind of like where their relationship is going. He's struggling, he's finally opening up about that, and then she's got this kind of darker, I've got a secret about what we're actually doing here. Brainy and I weren't totally honest with you. That's pretty interesting as well, and I like that. Even all the stuff of their backstory, that it was a political wedding, a political marriage at first, that turned into something more. I like that as well. I think that gives their relationship a lot more depth and makes a lot more sense. So next, Sam has another one of her episodes where she disappears, this time leaving her daughter at an ice skating rink, and when Lena tries to take care of it and helps and then tries to, you know, give her time off, and Sam has another blackout freakout moment. This was the first time someone's actually witnessed it, and Lena is pretty confident she knows what's going on, but I have no idea. I can't imagine Lena knows that she's Rain. She must assume it's something else, but it'll be interesting to see what Lena's solution is to this problem. But hopefully you would think that she would mention it to somebody else. Hey, her eyes flashed red and she seems to have split personalities. Something like that. Anyways, the last thing, Purity. Her powers are obviously different from the character I expected her to more resemble. Flower of Heaven, I believe, is the character's name in the comics that she's closest to. She does kind of a sonic blast. It's very similar to like Black Canary's ability, yet it's a scream tone that is keyed specifically to Kryptonians to hurt them and kill them. That was interesting, but I don't know that they were very consistent on how the powers worked. Was it just sound? Was it shockwaves? There was no consistency, and that was something that kind of bugged me, because it's like when they didn't have the earplugs, people were being knocked around, they were being shot through the air, but as soon as the earplugs were in, oh, you can't hurt me. I'm invulnerable to your abilities. That seemed a bit off in my mind. I like that there's still the internal conflict between all the world killers so far, between Sam and Rain and Julia and Purity. I hope that, see, these, I like the actresses that are doing these roles. The actress who played Julia in Purity, she was great. She was fantastic, especially in that interrogation scene. So I'm hoping that we get more of them, and that they're not going to kill them off. I don't think they're actually going to go that far. They're going to find a way to kind of deprogram them, I would think. Maybe they eventually become partners or sort of teammates that Supergirl can call on for bigger issues. But what do you guys think? We don't have any Supergirl next week. We don't get it back until April 16th. Legends of Tomorrow does take in that time slot for now. But until then, guys, yeah, a weird way to kind of end the series with this nice gap. It just feels like an odd episode to end on. But what did you think of the episode? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my other theories for Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So until next time, guys, I'm Brian from Good Nerd, Bad Nerd. This has been Supergirl, Theories and Conspiracies.